Cheek clapper 69, baby. All right, what's going on, guys? It's Chad. Yesterday, we ended up getting a blueprint or a little bundle in the store, Monkey Business 2. And in that bundle, we ended up getting this one, the Baboom HDR. It's basically just like a banana HDR. An HDR, but it's really yellow. The thing is, this kind of setup and loadout isn't going to be very good in something like Warzone, for example, since it doesn't really have the barrel on it. I mean, we could put the barrel on it and try to make it work or whatever, but it's really this Cronin barrel right here is really not the best in my opinion. If anything, if we have to, I would go with a VLK if I had to do the 3X, but in Warzone, I really don't want to mess with the 3X, not on the sniper rifle, not usually anyway. Not really something I practice. I'm sure it could work, but yeah, this is what we're going to be messing with today. So the bundle only comes with these three on here, so I'm probably going to put on sleight of hand or focus. I'm not entirely sure. I might actually put on focus and then the 7-round magazine. No, actually, the 7-round magazine makes it so the yellow is gone on the bottom, so I can't do that. You should definitely be allowed to pick the default attachments. Like, for example, right here, I should be allowed to have, like, this yellow little magazine right here, but it's not a thing that I can actually select. It's just, there's nowhere that I could put it. I wish I could put that on other guns. They can either run focus or sleight of hand. I'm just gonna run sleight of hand because I don't want to lose the yellow, and I'll just leave it at that. Just do 4 attachments and then just run it. The only other thing that was in the bundle with that was just like 2 stickers or emblems or whatever they are. So the Eagles lost. A game where, I mean, they pretty much were predicted not to really lose this game. Like, people were arguing that it was the easiest game of the week to actually, predict or whatever. You don't even need to watch American football to really understand this, but that didn't go really well. The Eagles last year got injured a ton. Like, there was a whole bunch of people on the team that were just in a plethora of different ways, and people called it a plate. Within this first game, there was over like 5+ players already that just got injured within that first game. So, on top of losing that thing, it was a divisional game right off the start. So you lose a divisional game and you get all of those. Oh yeah, so that's how my Sunday went. Going to a new vet, so hopefully this thing will go good. I mean, most of these interactions are completely different now. Basically just have to go there, drop her off, and just sit in the car and wait. So she'll get checked out. Hopefully everything will be good. And yeah, I mean, so the past couple days I've been playing a lot of Tony Hawk. I don't really know how much of it I'll put in here or how I'll be able to really present it, but I've been seeing on Twitch there have been people out there that are getting like high scores, and they're like showing everybody on those high score leaderboards and stuff. But I mean, now I'm not the best in the world. I don't have the highest score or whatever, but I have 2 different combos that are 100 mil plus on warehouse and hangar. I can show 2 different small clips right there of just me landing them. There it is. I don't really know if I can have the audio in both of them because I was literally just watching TV shows and fights and talking to people and whatever while doing it. But I love playing this shit. I just don't really know exactly how much of an audience there is. I'm like, some of the scores, I'm like within the top 20 players in the world for like the highest scores or whatever. And I didn't even go for like the highest scores back when I did play. And also, I didn't even know these maps from all those years ago. I knew a couple of the maps that were like remakes that were put into American Wasteland, but I didn't play the pro skaters like that. I learned really, really quickly. I mean, it's basically like learning a different Call of Duty. You have to learn the different mechanics, but the general mechanics are still the same. That's what it's like switching from those generations of like Underground to American Wasteland from the pro skaters and stuff. They're a little different, even though they do have a great handful of things that were not in the original pro skaters, but things like getting off of your board and not having spacewalk and things like that. I wasn't used to that. That game in particular is the exact reason why I even play Claw to begin with. There are times where when I'm playing that game, I will literally have my thumb over here and this one pressing, like I'm all over the place. A hand cam on a Tony Hawk game would be hilarious. People think Claw looks funny on this game? Felt like I heard a small step in the mud and I just pushed him. The fact I could hear a small step in the mud shifting is the reason why I knew that guy was there is just not okay. I mean, from the looks of it, looking at the Cold War gameplay, honestly, it's looking like they're gonna nerf this shit. I mean, but I ain't the only one that said something about it. I mean, you can go and look up all the gameplay you want. Even the people that are like, you know, playing it that aren't even general quickscopers, or even people that even play the game that much are saying that sniping is good. Snipers gonna like this game. Quickscoping is good. To me, when I was looking at it, it looks like you're just firing like a locust or something. Things just look strong. I mean, I've seen the hit markers and stuff like that, especially over distance, and if you're hitting people like in the stomach, sometimes you could get the hit markers and whatever. I don't know the damage profiles and the difference between the the 2 bolt actions that we've seen. I don't know if there's like a third one. I don't know if there's like a Barrett-esque type of one. Or let's think about Black Ops 1, a PSG-1 equivalent. I mean, looking back at the Black Ops games for the, you know, Barrett 50 cal-esque type of weapon. Black Ops 1, we had the PSG-1. World at War, we had the PTRS. Black Ops 2, we had the Ballista, I guess, if you want to say the Ballista is one of them instead of the DSR. Black Ops 2, we had the XPR. I'm just wondering what kind of thing we'll get. We always have pretty unique, like, semi-auto sniper rifles in these games, it seems like. I'm actually thinking about it right now. What is the worst sniper rifle of all time? I mean, it's gotta be an Advanced Warfare. It's got to be one of the Advanced Warfare variants somewhere. Still to this day, I haven't unlocked the quick bolt variant for the Morse sniper rifle in that game. I think it was the NA-45. It was like a gun where you had to like shoot people twice, or it was like an explosive thing by default or something. There's got to be some sort of sniper rifle in that game, whether it's the NA-45 or just some sort of terrible variant of a different gun. I don't know. One of those have to be the worst sniper rifles of all time. I mean, they just have to be. Okay, maybe they will nerf it, okay? Because back on Black Ops 1, you can go back and look for it. The sway that was on the sniper rifles notoriously in Black Ops 1, that sway on Black Ops 1. People say that that is basically the hardest sniping we've ever had because of how inconsistent and ridiculous the, you know, penalties were to the snipers back then. It was so bad to the point to where they actually had to buff them and take that sway down a little bit. And the bullet delay accuracy and all sorts of stuff. There was so many things, I'm not going to go and explain it all. It was looking good at one point, early into the thing, and then when it finally came out, that was the most nerfed version of a sniper rifle we've ever seen. It goes from one of the nicest looking ones to one of the hardest nerfed ones we've ever had, and then over the year had to slowly have them buffed up more and more and more as they just underperformed throughout the months. Now, people were making it work. It wasn't impossible, but it got to the point to where basically you had to like lay down and wait for the scope to come up and then wait for people to run into you. It was very, very difficult to actually play aggressively. The only thing that you could do to play aggressively is clear people out of a certain area and then push up and wait. You can't push up and clear people out with the rifle by itself. It just won't let you. The gun just would not allow you to do it. When you scoped in, it just wouldn't go where you were aiming. It was just random, like you were trying to no-scope them or something. But we can see the same thing happen here. That's the only thing. I'm just terrified. I wish I had like a banana reticle thing here. Something, just at least like a yellow reticle, you know? I'm also not entirely sure what I'm gonna do once this whole sensitivity thing changes around. You might have heard about it, but some people are actually going up to like 20/20 sensitivity and then hard adjusting all of their ADS values instead. I did that to a degree, but instead I took down my overall sensitivity instead of turning down my other multiplier way lower. I mean, it does make sense. I get it. I can totally see how you could get used to something like that, but the thing that I get scared of, what if all the aiming options are completely different on the next game? Or there's like weird different aim assist options instead. Like, I don't know. I hope that they would have a consistent setting thing now, especially going on PC and everything. I mean, I was looking at the menus and they look virtually identical. I'm sure some things are missing here and there, but maybe not, you know, everything. Maybe hopefully those things will be like a default thing or whatever. Who knows? I'm hoping so. It's just highly customizable ADSs are never really a bad thing. I mean, if anyone can get good with it, I mean, that's on them. They practice. They got it. They, you know, figured out how to use it. So why punish them? That guy was trying to stab me in my ass. I already know it. I hate that shit, because in real life, I hate running upstairs like that, too. I always feel like the darkness is gonna grab my little ankles. Maybe if I change the crosshair a little bit, maybe it'd be a bit easier to use. There's a couple ones that are actually pretty clean. I really wish it was something stupid, like a little banana in the middle of the screen or something, you know? I feel like that would work. Why not? Just make it, like, really small, even if it makes no sense. The barrel is just so weird feeling, especially on the sensitivity. I'm not used to using that thing. I wish I had like the regular scope back, honestly. I mean, there it is, the car just being 10 times more nimble. I can't believe I actually naively believe that I can somehow use an HDR in multiplayer consistently. I mean, you can, but why though? It's like training for months at a time with weights on for a fight, but when the fight actually gets here, you leave the weight on. Why not just take it off and end the thing that you were... Never mind. Yeah, maybe this yellow one or this yellow one would work a little bit better, but I don't really like those. Yeah, I use this one, T-pose. Red eye is way better than the default one. This is much cleaner than this. This one is a bit too shiny. You can see around the edges there. This one is a lot more clean and precise. I think the blue V is underrated. I like this one. I would like to actually unlock it, but I don't usually feel like it. Getting what, 43 more headshots? I don't want to look at a challenge ever again. Never mind. But yeah, this is the Baboom sniper rifle, and yeah, it's yellow. It's pretty nice.